Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Ray's Room Summer Stitch Along for the Embroidery Mandala. And today the stitch that we are going to be looking at is the stem stitch, which is this one. So it creates kind of a little rope effect and I love it. I've used it lots in my work. So yeah, I love this one. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. Okay. So we're going to be doing our stem stitch just around this circle here that's highlighted in this orange, yellowy orange, and we're going to be doing it with 6 strands of thread. So I'm going to show you an example on here first of all. Okay, so the stem stitch, you'll start off where you'd like your work to start, your stitches to start. And then you're going to hold this just out of the way so it doesn't come all the way back through. So you're going to go back down in a stitch length away, and you don't want your stitches to be too wide with this kind. Which is why I'm not doing a really big demo of it like I did yesterday with the back stitch. It just doesn't work so well. So I'm gonna pull that through, but not come all the way through before I come back out. So I'm gonna come back out just around about here, over where this one starts. So just next to it, on the same line, and then you can let go of that other piece and pull it all the way through. Then we're going to do the same again. So we're going to go down in a stitch length away from where that one finishes. And we're going to come through, holding on to this loop here so it doesn't come all the way through yet. We're going to pop that one through there. So we're coming up exactly here where that one begins or ends. So we're going to come up there and pull it all the way through. You can let go of that loop now so that it comes all the way through, and then hold on to it again, go down in a stitch length away, and as you build up your stitches you'll start to see this little rope effect come to life. And then same again. And as you can see, we start to get this lovely twisted rope effect. Just do a couple more on here and then we'll move on to the mandala. Now, if sometimes you get like a little bit that kind of doesn't quite come through like that, then I would tend to just turn it over and put my needle under this one here and just kind of tug it through a bit and encourage all of the strands to slide through. And then there you go. You can see it's come all the way through now. So there's no sort of extra loop sticking up. And back down in there. I'm going to come up there, and there we have it. So there's our purple demo stem stitch. So now I'm going to move on to the mandala. So on here, so you want to thread your needle as we did yesterday and pop a knot in the end, and then on here we're going to come up. So it's this line, this circle, sort of in the middle of the mandala here. as shown on this one. So I'm going to come up about here. And then I'm going to go in about there. Like so. And you're just going to work your way around. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you are doing this particular stitch is when you hold this bit out of the way, you want to make sure that you're holding it at the same side all the time. So it would change and affect the twist of your rope stitch if you were to start holding this out of the way up here. So as long as you do it the same all the way, so you could either hold it over here or you could hold it down here, but the key is to do the same thing throughout that whole sort of line or circle or whatever it is that you're doing, that whole bit. So see, I'm holding it here and I'm coming up here and I'm holding this out of the way down here. If you then changed as you made your way around and started holding it out of the way over here, then that wouldn't help very much. So that would be, that would kind of change the way that the rope works. So I'm gonna come through. And there I've got that loop coming up again there. So at that point I would just pull it out like that and then hold on to all of the strands, try and encourage it back through from the front. If it doesn't quite come all the way through from the front, then I might just have a little go at getting it to come through on the back. There we go. So now it's all through like that. I'm going to do a few more of these, and that's all you need to do for today, is work your way around that middle circle using 6 strands. Now I noticed yesterday a few people had used a different number of strands accidentally for like different bits. So like here they didn't change to 3 strands, they just did it with 6. That's absolutely fine. So with any embroidery pattern, really, it's still your piece of work. So you're not bound to do it exactly the way that the pattern says. Like anything else in any other craft, it's an art and you can change it and adapt it to make it look how you want it to look and to suit you. So the stitches that I'm recommending to use at certain points here and the number of threads that I'm recommending to use are just kind of what I think works best for this particular pattern. But if you want to change it at all, or you accidentally do, you know, not exactly the right number, it's not a problem at all. It'll be absolutely fine. So as you can see there, we've got that rope effect happening. And that's what we want. And we're going to go all the way around. And once you've completed that, you're done for today and you can wait for tomorrow's stitch. And then another thing that I noticed on comments and stuff was about neatness. So I just really wanted to reiterate as well with regards to neatness and your embroidery, is that over time, your stitches will naturally get neater. The more practice that you give, the neater they will become. But at the same time, some of my absolute favourite embroiderers, their stitches aren't very neat at all. They have a really abstract kind of messy stitch style, and they're still some of the most, they produce some of the most amazing work. So we are all different, and you know, if super neat stitches isn't your style, doesn't mean that you're not good at embroidery. It means that, you know, you've got your own style and you can use it. So yeah, don't be worrying about that at all either. So that's it for today. So I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 3, and where we'll be working on a new stitch. So I look forward to seeing you then. Well done to everybody on all of your stitching so far. It looks amazing. Keep sharing.